it's Kim. So I just wanted to resume page, the day two, part two of the Ghislaine Maxwell DOJ transcript. There's several videos already uploaded on YouTube, and now I've started a Rumble page because YouTube sometimes seems like they're just a little over dramatic on certain things. And so if certain things are mentioned, I feel like I'm being shadow banned. So I mean, I don't have a big following anyway, but I don't think very many people are watching. So it is what it is. So I feel like going to Rumble may be a little less restrictive. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I mean, I think this is valuable content. It's not me this time saying it. Yes, I know a lot of it may get bogged down because I'm going through a lot of documents, but that's kind of like my shtick, I guess, at this point. That's something I like doing. But anyway, let's get into this. Let me go ahead and start here.
We are resuming from break. The time is 10:49 on Friday, July 25th.
All right. So we've talked around this issue, but talked about it a little bit. I want to spend the next hour or so, or however long it takes. I want to focus kind of exclusively on Epstein and like his criminal conduct with respect to women. Do you said yesterday a couple times that like you now kind of recognize or think that there were things that he did that you didn't know about and that he kept from you or that you didn't see. What did you see? So you said yesterday, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but at some point he was getting massages 7 days a week, sometimes multiple massages a day. Women have said that were there, that say they were there giving him massages, said that those included some sort of sexual conduct, however you define that in the broadest sense, not just a traditional massage regularly. So what did you see and hear at the time? And then I think, aside from what you saw and heard at the time, now that you've been through what you've been through and heard people say what they've said and read what they read, where does that leave you in your mind with what happened?
Okay, so I saw Epstein with women. What I mean by that is he would have women around him, or women on the plane, or women in his house, or that's how I'm explaining that. Those women were very interested. What my characterization of the relationships between all women that I saw with him and him was characterized by their interest in him as I would see it. And by that I mean I never saw anybody who didn't want to be with him. It would be with him maybe socially or whatever. I never saw anybody not under any form of duress in any type of situation where they were, as I would characterize it, looking uncomfortable or in any way distressed. In the entire time I was with him, traveled with him, I never saw that. So anytime I saw anybody with him, they were happy to be with him. He would ask people all the time, whoever you were, to massage his feet. It just was.
Oh, dang it. What is going on? I don't know what happened. Hold on.
It was an ubiquitous interaction, if you will. So.
What is hell? Sorry. I don't know what's happening. Oh, it's something on their recording.
How to characterize it, anything that looked aggressive, I suppose, to define that. So I never saw an aggressive move. I never
Well-
saw anything that was.
Non-consensual.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I never saw anything that was non-consensual. So if he, well, maybe they didn't. I never saw anything that looked like they didn't like the hug, or I never saw what I would characterize as anything that was unconsensual.
Did you see him either receiving or participating in sexual conduct during massages? Understanding you never saw something non-consensual. Did you see him engage in sexual conduct during massages?
Well, you could define sexual conduct as in, I did see women who could have been, you know.
What the heck? I don't know what's happening.
But what about yes, I agree. That's one area. Like, so women who were either not clothed or topless with just the bottom on. But beyond that, did you see as part of that him touching them? And again, I'm not talking about consent or not consent or age or, I'm saying like there's multiple, dozens and dozens of women who have said that they engaged in sexual contact, and I agree there's a broad range of how that can be defined, but defining it in the broadest of terms.
I saw him being physical. I did see that, but nothing that was not consensual. And to address the issue of the large number of women who today say that he was non-consensual, coercive with them, I'm not sure. In my mind, I sort of have to characterize the two distinct areas. There's one where is the women who are not of age. Therefore, anything with them is immediately unconsensual.
Correct.
So let's start. I don't want to define anyone who's underage versus anybody who's overage, because I do think that there's a very significant differential between the two.
Well, so does the law. Yeah.
Yes, okay, so
Yeah.
I don't mean that.
I agree with
just-
you. Yes, I
okay.
agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to deal with the thing which is really why we're here. I mean, not that I'm not going to deal with the other, but I just
Yeah.
want to make a distinction with the underage situation, because there's nothing about that that's right. I never saw anything with anybody who was, certainly to be categorical from my trial. Let's deal with that, because that's something that I can say I never saw that with them at all. And I would say that as described anyway in my trial did not happen as described. I'm not saying that Mr. Epstein did not do those things. I'm not casting those. I'm not going to say, I don't feel comfortable saying that today, given what I now know to be true. So I'm not here to defend him. But what I can say is that I did not participate in that activity. And
So let's divide this into two areas. Maybe there's more, but we'll start with two areas. One is there was testimony, and there's certainly been depositions and public statements that some of these young women had conversations with you about their age. So, for example, conversations about the fact that they were in high school, or conversations about the fact that they wanted to go to college one day, which would necessarily mean, well, not necessarily, but would be more likely to mean that they were in high school to talk to you about that. And so, were there women that you knew were underage? And I say that because that's different than whether they were sexually abused in any way by Mr. Epstein, just merely their age and going to give him a massage.
no, I never knew that. And I can categorically state that had any child said to me that they were 14, 15, 16, maybe not 17, 17 in England, I mean, if someone said they were 17, I've read so much that did happen. I mean, I would never have permitted such a thing. I don't even know what I would have done.
So some of the, I think even someone who testified at trial, but certainly publicly talked about, was as young as 14 when she was introduced to Mr. Epstein. In your mind today, you don't, you kind of reject that happened, that you saw that, meaning you don't recall any obviously under 18 woman coming to give him a massage.
Well, I believe you're talking about Jane, and I'm very happy to address that. I actually don't think that the testimony is correct. I don't believe.
Yeah. Look, I don't.
No, I'm not. I just wanted to tell you how.
Yeah. I don't want to get into.
No. I'm
not.
No, absolutely not. I don't want to go there either. I'm not going to do that. But I believe that what took place with a lot of these people is that there was a slide, right? So there was a zone, and he did meet her, and I did meet her, and I knew that she was a young child, and I knew that she was not an adult, but I don't believe he met her till she was 16. So I'm not doing a he said, she said. I'm not doing that because nobody, that's not what we have for.
Okay.
But he didn't meet her till she was 16. And the entire testimony of the 14, 15, and 16-year-old is therefore not accurate. Did I meet her when she was 16 with her mother? I absolutely did. And did I know that she was young? I absolutely did. But everything that took place that was alleged at trial at the 14, 15, and 16 is not accurate. And
there's testimony, or there's, and again, I'm using testimony in the broadest sense. Some of this is just public statements or something that's come out in civil lawsuits about you and Mr. Epstein giving like an 18, you're turning 18 birthday card to somebody, which again, if true, would by definition mean you knew that she was under 18. Do you recall doing that?
I do not. I mean, no memory of that at all. And I believe that would be the person that called herself Kate has now announced herself in her own podcast who she really is. Her name is. So I did not meet until actually she was either 20 or 21. So it would be very hard for me to have given her an 18 birthday card. And the testimony is also that slid back.
Do you accept that at some point, and we talked about this yesterday about how Mr. Epstein changed, but at some point, Mr. Epstein definitely preferred younger women?
I accept.
And I think you said yes, but say it again since we're talking about it. Is that something that you, in your mind, one of the areas where he changed from when you first met him until later?
So I just also want to be clear. I never understood that change to encompass children. I did see from when I met him, he was involved or friends with, or whatever, however you want to characterize it, with women who were in their 20s. And then the slide to 18 younger looking women. But I never considered that this would encompass criminal behavior. It never.
And so when you read, I guess 2 different times, right? One was during the Florida investigation when there were eventually public statements from some of these now women who testified about what they did with Mr. Epstein when they were under 18. At that point, did you realize, or did you think to yourself, this happened, or this could have happened, I missed it, or were you at that point still in the mindset that they were either not telling the truth or were not remembering what happened the way that accurately?
That's a very fair question. So I think that my view of this at that time, call it as contemporaneously as it did, because I don't think that stuff came out in public. I mean, I may have read things, but I don't. But my first memory of that is at the trial. But my viewpoint, if you will, was set from the minute that lied in her civil deposition. And I could never recover from that because
which lie, what are you referring to?
Her entire characterization
Okay.
of, now I don't remember how she came or whether I did,
I see.
but I'm talking about the first time she came to Epstein's house, which I knew to be false. So from that first lie of that description, I could never recover from
I
that.
understand. Okay. So,
and that tainted, sorry, just so that we're clear, it tainted then the testimony of everybody else that I saw that came post that, because I had my own personal experience, which I knew to be false.
yeah. And the reason why I think, and I said to Mr. Marcus that this morning that we were going to talk about this, because when I think about you and the public's perception of Mr. Epstein, the public is left with the view that nobody in the world knows what really happened except for you. Okay. Now you've explained the last day and a half how some of that's just a misperception because you didn't have a key to his house. You weren't around as much as maybe everybody claims you were. Okay. But there still is this perception out there that, oh my gosh, if we could talk to Miss Maxwell, we would know how horrible Mr. Epstein was, or how misperceived he was, whatever the truth is about Mr. Epstein. And the challenge in my mind, I told you I would tell you when I had issues, and the challenge in my mind is that so many women have said that Mr. Epstein sexually assaulted them, whether juveniles or adults, that I don't find it, that's persuasive, right? That happened.
Okay, so.
And so if that's persuasive, then, and I think it's beyond contestation that he preferred younger women, and it's also beyond, I think at this point, there were certainly circumstances that underage women, well, I don't want to say that you agree with me on that. I certainly believe that there were younger age women that were abused by him. Okay. So the layer that I really want to have a frank discussion about is some of these women have said, oh yes, Ms. Maxwell was there, to varying degrees. She saw me there. The door was open when I was there, and then much more egregious, right? That you participated and that you were part of it. And so what I really want you to have an opportunity to say to us is where on the spectrum the truth is, whether it's somewhere in the middle, whether it's one extreme or another extreme. Understanding, in my mind, I'm talking about 1994, 5 to whenever, late 90s, early 2000s.
And let me just interrupt. All I would say is we're not here to say anything one way or the other about Epstein. I agree with you that the evidence is overwhelming against him, and he's his own person and has to deal with that. But Ghislaine can speak about what she knows,
yes,
and from her point of view and what she did, and that's what you can talk about, Ghislaine.
Okay, so I think it's helpful to put this on the time on the calendar, because I think without that we're lost. So I would say we'll go from the beginning. 91, no. 2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6. Now, in that time frame, you have the allegations of Jane, who I dispute. I don't think he met her till she was.
Let's not talk about individuals.
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but there's only so in that time period, I'm only aware of her. I'm aware of a girl who said, but and those I don't know of any others, and if there are other people who are making allegations about it, I'm not actually aware of them. I may have read them in the, but I don't know. So I think in the early 90s period, I think I'm fairly confident, and I can say that at least as characterized, it's just false. It didn't happen as said. Now, did it happen? Did he did he involve himself? I knew about Jane because I saw her come to the house, but I saw her with her mother. I know that her allegations are that there were orgies, for instance, but the people that she suggests were in her orgies didn't even work for Epstein until 98 or 99. Did he do orgies with those people? I don't know anybody who was there who said that they did. I certainly didn't see it. So I can't say that that happened. Did she do it with someone else? I don't know. The stories really start. The allegations really begin with.
I'm sure
I
that's
think that you
Virginia.
have to shift his behavior, such as it was. Oh, there was one in California who made an allegation. There was a woman who said that I didn't know about. And so I think I would call her the first person. I'd be aware of him using his position to.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to, I don't want to have you, I don't think it's helpful for us to have you kind of address each allegation.
Okay.
I want you to clear your mind and just tell the truth about it. So I'm not saying you're not telling the truth. I'm saying just putting aside what other people have said or what their lawyers have said or what they testified to or, you know, the rumors in the press, push those aside. You were there. And so when you go back to that time period, 92, 93, 99, 2000, 2001, during that time period, what did you see when it comes to young women and massages?
All right, so I saw him receive massages. He had regular masseuses in the 90s, people who were standing and who traveled with him, and I saw that. He was living in that Iranian house, and now that I look back, I didn't stay there, but I would go to manage the house. I would see women, models, or people that he would have come to the house. I know that I thought that he was with Eva still at that time. That's what I believed. And then subsequently believed that even though she married him, I actually subsequently believed that the baby that she had was his. Yeah.
Can I interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah, of course.
Can I just ask some basic top line questions?
Yes.
Were you ever in a massage room with him and a masseuse?
Yes.
Okay. When was that?
Well, he would come in sometimes and he would like say, oh, like give her a massage here, or he would grab my, but not often. I mean, he did come in from time to time.
Were you ever in a massage room with him with a masseuse that was naked or giving him any sexual favors?
I never saw that. That I remember.
Did any of the masseuses ever discuss with you giving that they gave sexual favors to Epstein?
No.
Did you ever see an underage girl go into a massage room with Mr. Epstein?
No.
If you had seen that, what would you have done? Would you have left?
I can't even conceive. I can't even conceive of. I can't imagine what I would have done.
Fine, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Did you ever observe Mr. Epstein masturbating during a massage?
Yes.
I
mean, when I'd seen him on a massage table, I had seen him masturbate. I don't know if there was a masseuse present, but I've seen him on a massage table.
Okay.
Sorry, I just.
Did you ever see him masturbate with a masseuse? With a naked woman, either giving a massage, or reporting to give a massage?
I don't remember seeing that.
Did you give him massages, by the way? I mean, there's a photo of you rubbing his feet, and I think. I certainly have been in the massage room with him, and I have certainly rubbed his feet and when he would talk, but I was not a masseuse, and I didn't perform massage on him. Did you, over the years, did you pay the masseuses?
I was typically not my job, but if there was nobody else, normally, so in Palm Beach, the houseman would give the money, and in New York, he would do that because I wouldn't be in New York when I don't remember.
Oh, sorry. I had to stop my timer. Stupid thing. Come on, play.
After the 7 days a week, you will be the one handing them money.
Oh,
Sorry.
Mostly I would not. I'm not saying I never did it because that wouldn't be true, but it was not my job to pay. I mostly recall he would either pay them himself, he would have money, or the houseman. And I think some of them would have probably received checks.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it here and then we'll continue on because I think this is about 40 something minutes. Yeah, we got about 18 minutes left on this one. So I'll do a separate video. Just because I don't want it to shut down in the middle of it. It's already been interrupted a couple of times. I think just messing with my timer. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.